Good morning, class. Today's topic is constructor. A constructor is a special type of member function for automatic initialization of object of its class. So whenever we are making use of class and objects concept in C++, then by default one constructor is provided even though we are using it or not. If we are using it, then the constructor which we have defined will be utilized, and if we are not defining any constructor, then the compiler will automatically provide one default constructor. So there are basically two purposes of the constructor. First purpose is whatever objects we are creating at runtime while running the program, then the object memory is being constructed or created by the constructor. First work is to provide the memory to the objects which we are creating while running the program. And second purpose of the constructor is to initialize the variables of the objects. Now let us study what the constructor is. So first of all, the properties of constructors is it should be declared in the public section of the class. Second, they are invoked automatically when the objects are created. Third property, like the normal functions, normal functions can return any value whatever we wish, but the constructor cannot return any value. They do not have any return type, therefore they cannot be inherited through a derived class. That is, while using the inheritance, if we are having one constructor in the base class, then it will not be inherited in the derived class or the child class. It has another property is it has the same name as that of the class, and it is used to initialize the variables of the object. Now let us take one sample example, one sample program for the constructor. Here I have declared one class. The name of the class is my class. Then, as you all know, the bracket open, the syntax of the class is bracket open, in the last bracket close, and semicolon will be put it after the ending bracket. In between, we can write any number of variables or functions inside the class. So here we have declared one variable a, integer a, inside the my class. Now this integer a will be private by default, because whatever we declare in the class, if we are not specifying any access specifier, and the access specifiers, as we have already discussed in our previous lectures, can be of three types: private, public and protected. So if we are not specifying any access specifier, then by default it will be private in nature. And what is the significance of this private in nature? It simply means that the private variables or functions, whatever they are present in the class, they cannot be accessed outside this class. That is, from the main we cannot access the private variables or functions. The only accessible things inside the class in the main functions are those which have been written in the public section of the class. So here we have declared one variable integer a. We have not specified any access specifier, therefore it is private in nature. It means we cannot access this variable a in the main directly. However, all the private variables and functions can be accessed by the member functions of that class. Now here we have declared one function, my class, we have declared one constructor, my class, which is public in which has been specified in the public section. So just see the property number 1 in the constructor. It should be declared in the public section of the class. First property. Second, fifth property. See the fifth property. It has the same name as the class. So here the function we have, the constructor we have defined is my class. It is same as that of the class. Then see the property number 3. They do not have any return type. So in my class constructor, there is no return type. It can, however, contain certain arguments which can be passed here, because the constructor is also used to initialize the variables, the property number 6. So this my class constructor now come inside the my class constructor. Here we have initialized the variable a equal to 3. Now this a, which is a private variable of this class, can be accessed inside any member function or the constructor. However, this a cannot be accessed in the main function. Fine, since it is private in nature. Okay, after that we have written simply cout hello world. This will be displayed in the screen, and after that we have cout variable a. So output will be a hello world first line, and second line a is equal to 3. This will be the output of this constructor. Now in the main we have not done anything. We have simply declared one object of type my class. That's it. My class space and then the variable name. Here I have given the variable name as my obj. So this has become my object of this class, my class. Now, as already mentioned in the properties, property number 2, see, they are invoked automatically when the objects are created. It means I don't have to call this constructor specifically. Whenever I create the object, like in the main you can see my class space my object. So whenever I create this object, this constructor will be automatically called and will be executed. So output of this program will be hello world, the first line, and the second line is a equal to 3. Thank you.